Hey everyone, this is Dave, also known as Loving Them Trains, and welcome back to the page. In this one, we take a short road trip. Actually, it wasn't a road trip completely. I actually flew to my destination, which was in the Garden State of New Jersey, and made my way back home on the road. But the purpose of taking the trip was to go pick up a model that I had constructed by a gentleman by the name of Graziano. The model was just too fragile to ship. I didn't want to take any chances. So I thought it would make a great road trip to go actually pick up the model. Over the years, Alan has constructed several of the structures on my layout that I've featured and more that I'll show over time. But this was actually my first time having the opportunity to meet him. I want to thank Alan for not only constructing such a wonderful structure, which you'll see in the video, but also inviting me to visit with his family and have dinner. After visiting with Alan and his family, I had the opportunity to go a little bit further north to Paterson, New Jersey, where I was able to visit the New Jersey High Railers Club. And it's a little token of appreciation for my visit there. I was presented with this hat. I don't know how clear you can see it, but I got this. But anyway, it was a suggestion I had posted on the OGR forum that I was going to be making this trip to New Jersey, and the goal was to actually stop at a few hobby shops on the way back home. And a gentleman named Ben chimed in and said, "I know it's not a hobby shop, but what do you think about stopping by and seeing our layout?" And it was no second guess, because the trip itself was only about 45 minutes away from Alan's home. So that was a no-brainer. So as you will see, the layout itself is gigantic and there's so much to take in. But if the members are anything like Ben was, I definitely will make more visits. He was very hospitable, just a people person, and it was like we had known each other for years. And I just want to take the time to thank Ben for the suggestion and also his hospitality and the tour of the layout. All right, as always, I know I probably have rambled on a bit much, but I'm just so excited about this trip. I got to meet a bunch of great people. But let's go ahead and get into the video, and we'll start the trip with my visit to the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport here in Atlanta. And I'm at the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, and I've got a good one for you now. I'm headed to New Jersey, and once I get there, I'll be back. Right. So here I am, my first destination in New Jersey. I'm here with the wonderful Alan Graziano, who does a lot of building for a lot of people on the OGR forum, which I am a member, and I'm coming up here to get a structure that he's had waiting for me for several months now, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll see it once I get it, once we go inside, and we'll take a look at it. So Alan is going to lead the way.
How you doing?
Okay, so those of you that have been following this from the OGR forum, you kind of saw Alan doing updates on where he was with this. And of course, unless we make statements in the forum, you never know who it's going to. Well, guess who it's going to? And this is fabulous, and definitely was worth the journey up here, because this baby, as strong as it looks, is very fragile. And of course, we want to make sure that it gets to the destination in one piece. But there is a lot of detail. Alan is very detail oriented in his work. And so I am ecstatic about what my layout is going to look like once I get this installed. And of course, I will come back once I get it installed on the layout and show everyone. But I just wanted to take a quick look at this. And what was unique about this build for Alan is he took an existing structure, this blast furnace, from another modeler and incorporated everything around it. And when you're coming off of somebody else's work, that is definitely not always an easy thing to do. But as you can see, the master made it work. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing packed up and get it into the vehicle. And this is going to follow me home. So where we're at right now is in Paterson, New Jersey, at the New Jersey High Railers Club Model Railroad, which I said many times is one of the layouts that was on my bucket list. So we're going to walk around with Ben and see what we can see.
But this whole section was his.
Wow. So this is Tom Snyder's layout that was donated to the club. Now, isn't that pretty special? There's always been a fascination that I've had with the standard gauge track and models. And clearly you can see he did a great job with it. And what a better place to have it than here. Wow. Folks, I'm going to tell you now, I'm probably not going to be able to take in as much as I want, but we're going to get as much as I can. There's a lot going on. All right, I'm going to walk around with Ben, and then he actually said he's going to run some trains for us. So I'll be back.
Back. He could feel it.
That's fascinating. That is fascinating. Looks so railroady. See a lot of buildings that look like the older Chooch buildings, fronts that have been turned into full-size buildings.
Good eye.
Look at that.
Good eye.
Look at that town.
Those are
Yes.
Chooch.
Yes.
Ultra scale tubes.
Yes, that's it.
These are Chooches, ultra scale tubes. These were supposed to be on my home layout.
Is that right?
Yeah, I had purchased a ton of them.
Wow. Look at this. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Oh my. Look at that scene. Look at this. Yeah. I told you guys were in for a treat today. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. Got a Legends building here. We named it after him. That's very clever, very cool. Oh, okay. That is very nice. Now that's what you call customizing the building, giving it some meaning. Look at this. I bet if you didn't know this was a model. Wow.
I mean, it's a couple of Corvo kits in there, but he did over 10, so I'm looking at it.
Hey, Alan, this is for you. Guys, I'll have to come back because I know I'm not going to get it all today, but this is overwhelming. This is a lot. Wow. Cool. Hey, you guys, this the videos that you see of this layout, probably including the one I'm going to put out, don't do this. This is just one of those things where you have to see it in person to really appreciate all of the detail, all of these wonderfully built structures. And you know I'm a structure guy, so I'm just kind of in heaven right now.
We modeled. Oh, good.
Oh, good. You can talk.
This is a good area.
Yeah, please talk as I'm going so you can kind
This
of.
area we're coming up to, we based on Newark, actually.
Okay.
In Newark, they have Broad Street Station, you know, it's a lack of water station. And you have a guy building the Broad Street Station. So it actually goes over there, but we're installing some of these trackless cars. I don't know if you ever saw those.
Oh yeah.
The automotive
Yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
So they're putting the
Wow.
wire in. We're gonna have a few cars running around.
Oh, that'll be real nice. Look at that. Wow. Some of this stuff I've never seen on even any of the videos because it's just so much. It's detail. You could spend 30 minutes just looking here at all the different views. And this is just grand, this hillside. Finery. Look at that. Guys painting the bridge. Look at that. Different colors. Because they're still finishing it up. Now, if that wasn't a clever scene right there. Wow. I'm already getting ideas. Look at that. This is what you call detail, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And then this has a lot of interior detail right now. They're doing some work, so some of this stuff is disconnected. But you can get a good look at the detail there. There's several of these, and guys, I'm gonna get back to the club one day. You can't just come here once. But there's many of these cabinets, and Ben tells me that different club members have their own cabinet, and he's an Erie Lackawanna guy. And
Could you tell?
this is a crazy collection. Look at that. He's got his big steamers at the bottom. As you go up, you get into the diesels. I mean, this is crazy. All right, so Ben is gonna fire up a couple of trains for us. This is a shout out to all of the OGR forum members who suggested I take a visit here. I don't know why I hadn't thought of coming here myself. I guess I had tunnel vision with just going to hobby shops. But I'm so happy that Ben invited me to come. I hear a train. All right, there's Ben's train. Look at that. Wow, 50 cars on that train pulled by the Class A. This is the Menard building that they've converted to Bohack. Ben just said when you're up in Jersey, this is the place. Wow. There's some more of those DSL.
Yeah. Those were all done by the pilot.
Mr. Frank Moon, you said his name?
Frank, it's not Moon. Moonson is his handle. I can't remember his last name.
So this is the work of Moonson from the OGR forum. I've seen these online. And I did something like this, never had seen these, and then I saw a video of trains running around this layout. I said, somebody did this before I did. And did it very well. Wow, that is so cool.
This is another Mark and Maria building.
Oh,
It's named after me, Ben's Liquor.
Okay, there you go. The host Mr. Ben has a building, and I will say this is very well weathered. Now this is really nice. Whoever did this one did a heck of a job. A lot of Marty's wonderful buildings here, like that Narragansett Power over there, that power plant in the corner.
Give another shout out to Alex.
Another shout out to Alex. Look at this. Alan Graziano. He is the man. He didn't tell me he had all of these buildings on the layout. Look at that station. So here are more of Alan Graziano's stuff. You know, he's the oil refinery king. He's a modest man because he didn't tell me all of this stuff. Uh-oh. Here we go again. That thing's smoking like crazy. I don't know how bouncy I am. I don't have my tripod, but this is just
in Philadelphia. There's a cold dumper.
okay.
That the Pennsylvania and the Penn Central used to run.
Okay.
So we've got cold dumper. Now we used to have AAA's cold dumper, and we replaced it with Al Zaworski's cold dumper. Okay, it's not working yet. We just
Is
put
that the
it
guy
in-
that makes the turntables?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way this works.
We'll get a little demonstration here. Kind of reminds me of a hump yard or something.
Now, an engine with a flat car connected to it pushes the trains up the track.
All right.
Right? Comes into the coal dumper, you press the button, it dumps the coal. The coal goes into the barge. The barge has holes in it. And it goes into a bucket under the table.
Under the table.
Right?
Okay. All
We
right.
take the bucket and we put it in the coal loader. Then we load the cars over there.
Nice.
All right, bring them back here. Now after it's one dumps, the engine pushes the cars in.
Go to the next one.
Automatic. We have a magnet here.
Wow. Huge yard. Now I'm getting anxious because this is the part that I rewind in the videos with all of these factories and buildings and huge tall buildings. I'm telling you, this is amazing.
12-track yard here. Stub
Wow.
end on the other side. Now these buildings, that warehouse is hiding a control tower behind it. And that was supposed to be the office building for the intermodal yard.
Okay. This is one of my favorite scenes on the entire layout, folks. This Tropicana building, it just sticks out. I remember when they did the video showing when it was just installed, and I just kept rewinding it. I'm a structure guy. I just love structures. Very well done. Wow.
That's another one of the donated buildings from that guy.
So a few years ago, a gentleman, he was a shop teacher, and they discussed this in another video that they have, but he donated several buildings to the club, and of course they're scratch built, so you're not going to find them anywhere else. And here's another one. There's several of them, and I'm sure there's still some they need to install, but just look at the detail on that. Wow. Very nice. Barron Bay. Once again, you give honor to a guy that gave you all these wonderful structures, and you named the bay after him. Barron Bay. That is spectacular. The detail, guys, I'm telling you. Used to be N&W.
They did one with no markings on it. It's a prototype model.
That's a beautiful engine. That's a long train. That's one thing that I really like about a large club layout like this is you can run prototypical length cars, length trains. I'll probably get a count of this before I go and tell you how many cars it has on it. Looks like more of these custom buildings that were given to the club.
The guy who gave us these buildings was named Rich Barrett.
Rich Shavera.
We named this.
Right here is another signature scene, in my opinion. These buildings are huge.
Wait, there's something to this scene here.
And I want to get it. Ben's been giving me the scoop on the entire layout, man.
The guy that redid this area is a Batman freak.
Okay.
So, if you come here, you see that tall building there says Wayne Industries on it?
Uh-huh.
And it's got the bat plane flying around it. If you look close, there's superheroes all over
Oh,
the
yeah.
section.
I see Batman
If
up
you
on
press
top.
this button, there's the Batmobile doesn't work, and I see the Batmobile sitting there, and you got probably got dirty track. But that's the Joker, and the Batmobile chases the Joker around the city. If you look at Taco Bell, the Batmobile is up there trying to get some food.
Gotta eat, right?
And also, when you press this button,
Uh-huh.
the Batmobile is
I tell you, they got something for everybody. The kids would love that. Shoot, I love it. Here's the other side of the city. Superhero City. Is there a name for the town? Gotham City. I can see, look at that. I mean, when you think of Gotham City and all the Batman movies I've seen, huge, towering buildings. And this is what they have. I've not seen too many people do the MTH buildings like this. I mean, they provide these different levels, but
Well, any MTH building, you could add floors to. So what we were doing was that Brunswick Justin Starr Souza Memorial Bridge is named after Ron Souza's son. And Ron is the guy that runs Deadhead Railways. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay, yeah.
Deadhead Railways.
mm-hmm.
And then the Batman guy got a hold of it. And you see all the cop cars? And up on top, you see the superhero pressing the cop car.
So one thing I'm very, very impressed, and this just shows the friendships and the bonds that you can have when you have a club like this and people are so close. Because when somebody leaves us, we're going to memorialize them somehow. And there's been a lot of good folks that have been memorialized on this layout, which when you do that, it just becomes all the more special. You know, you give it some meaning like that, because you know those people are looking down, hoping you're carrying on the tradition. That is something else. Detail, another look at some detail on the building.
These are off Marty Cotello's layout.
This town right here, all lit up. More buildings from our beloved Marty's layout. Look at that.
Mr. Marty.
This is pretty cool right here. This memorial picture. And some of these guys we talked about as we were going through the layout. Oh, this is nice. See, this is my kind of scene. Just dirty and gritty.
Tank is from Harry Heike. The coal pocket. Come over here. The coal pockets, Fiorello home. Back there was supposed to be my layout.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the other building with the trucks in the corner was from a
Okay. So as we've been going around the layout, Ben has been naming a lot of the buildings, who built them, who they were named for. And he's been gracious enough with the club to donate several of the buildings that were supposed to go on his layout. And as I told him, this is his layout. And that was one of them. It's just spectacular. Guys, you're gonna hear me say this. This is one of those ones that I'm trying to get some good footage, but you're just not gonna be able to see it all. You have to come and spend a day just taking it all in.
Traveling crane, all that.
Look at that. And see, you're not just looking at buildings that look really nice on the outside. You have details like this gantry crane inside. I mean, you could spend, a good 45 minutes to an hour just doing some switching over here. Wow. Superior Pipe Supply Incorporated. Look at that. This very industrial area. Scrap yard. This is it, guys. If you love model railroading and you love O-scale, this is a must. It's got to be on your list, or you're just not what you say you are.
Graziano built that. And if you see, it's got the tanks inside. It's got a Valentine beer bottle. It's got a turning sign. Alex Millay did the sign. It's got our greatest sponsor.
So Ben, this is his first brewski. P. Ballantyne and Sons, right out of New Jersey. It's got the fleet. I think that just adds so much to the building when you have custom vehicles for the building.
They're not custom.
Oh, those were came like that.
Those are gorgeous.
Oh, wow, okay. Okay. Nice.
If you look at pictures of Tony Lash's layout, he had one of these trucks on it too. And this is the service facility for the trucks.
So if you're gonna have a fleet of trucks, it's just like having a diesel shed or an engine house or a repair for rolling stock. You gotta have a place for the trucks to go because they're gonna break down and they need to be repaired. And the New Jersey High Railers got you covered. Look at this. Pepsi going on over here.
This is another structure that Bernie from Florida built for us.
Massive.
You can see the other side.
Massive. This is about 1/4 of my layout. This building. It's a pretty cool. Is this a Menards tanker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is, the Pepsi trucks, the tanks, logo. And I just ordered they just came out with flat cars and tractor trailers.
Oh, okay.
And they ordered a couple of numbers.
All right. Here's one of my favorite. Look at it. Up and close and personal, right here. You've seen it first on Loving Them Trains channel. Look at that wonderful structure. Wow. They did a good job with that gantry crane too. That was nerve-wracking for me to build. Wow. So we've got an entire lumber complex here. Spaventa Mills. And this is after a club member, a deceased club member. Once again, giving homage to people that have supported the club in many ways and building structures. A lot of detail on this one, guys. A lot of detail. Looks like Mr. Spaventa was a special guy. I've not seen anything like it. Wow.
All right.
Seen from their classic series here. Very well placed. This is gigantic, ginormous. That's not even half of what you see. Look at this. Watch how the camera goes up. My neck is going to start hurting. Watch. Twin towers. Live on. Wow. You know, a lot of companies have come and gone that really did some state-of-the-art work, and these chute fronts are no exception. I mean, I've seen one front go on eBay for $200. One I saw was $350. It's just a lot of detail. They did a lot of good work on it. Ben's going to take us upstairs, give us a look from that view. I'm very impressed with that. Then you got some quarter kits over here. Fit them in really nicely. There we go. Moving him up the ladder there. Oh, I just noticed the fire station down there.